Testosterone has a huge number of effects in the body, and its sibling molecule, if you will, dihydrotestosterone, is perhaps the more dominant androgen, a very powerful androgen. It's converted from testosterone into, you get DHT in a conversion of testosterone to DHT through a molecule called 5-alpha reductase. Anytime you hear ACE, it's almost always an enzyme. So DHT, it's going to cause some male pattern baldness. So this, your widow's peak, that's dihydrotestosterone. Causes beard growth on the face and causes male pattern baldness. Has inverse effect on the scalp and on the face. Like, it has other effects, strength, etc. The testosterone molecule and the dopamine molecule bear a very close relationship. So if somebody pushes really hard, wins, yes, that will increase testosterone. Winning increases testosterone. Losing decreases testosterone in all venues. Yeah. So they look at this with day traders. You win, more money, they get more testosterone. Losing, okay, now here's the interesting thing. Let's talk about the effects of testosterone and DHT in the brain. The main effect of these androgens in the brain is to make effort feel good. Because of the way that testosterone and DHT bind to receptors and activate certain components of the amygdala. We always think of the amygdala as a fear center, but it's a threat detection center, and it has a lot of different parts, including parts that allow you to be forward center of mass in response to pressure. So, am I suggesting people take exogenous testosterone? No, that's a personal choice that people can explore on their own if they want to do that. But if you've been pushing and winning, or just pushing really hard and then you've experienced that crash, a lot of people need some time to recover in order to be able to come back and be able to work hard again. But here's what's really interesting. Not only does testosterone make effort feel good, effort increases testosterone. So this is the athlete or the student who's like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do anything. Getting into some degree of forward center of mass. I always say, I think I picked this up from a team guy, it's very team guy language. You can either be back on your heels, flat-footed, or forward center of mass on anything. Getting into that forward center of mass mental orientation can start to trigger some of the pathways related to these hormones and these neuromodulators. What you don't want to do is start using a lot of exogenous factors, caffeine, or a lot of things outside of you in order to try and create those states, because then you're going to further deplete your dopamine and so on. Many people experience studying for finals and then it ends getting sick. Taking care of a loved one round the clock. The person either gets better or sometimes dies or whatever it is, and then the caretaker gets sick. Why is that? Well, we always hear that stress compromises the immune system. Nothing could be further from the truth. Stress activates the immune system. Think about it. How would your immune system, your spleen and your other immune organs of the body know when it's under pressure? Well, you could have some foreign bacteria or virus in your body, but when you are in a mode of go, the molecule adrenaline triggers the release of killer B cells and T cells from the spleen. It's when you relax. Now you need to get your sleep, but it's when you finally experience that symmetric swing back of the seesaw. So you're go, boom. And then you completely relax and you're hanging out and all of a sudden you get the sniffle and the rest of the thing. Adrenaline protects us. You don't want it cascading out of control so that you can't sleep. You want to use things like non-sleep deep rest and the appropriate timing of light and exercise, et cetera, to be able to sleep well at night, to reset all these systems. But if you go too quickly from go to complete relaxation, your immune system, your defense system will crash too. And so you're not going to be able to fight off even the smallest or the pettiest of viruses and bacteria. That's when you get the sniffle, you get sick. You're like, I'm finally resting. What's going on? So you can taper out of those high intensity phases. There are actually guys in the teams now that I think are aware of this and are starting to think about this and for various effects. But in the mind, testosterone makes effort feel good. Adrenaline puts us into a mode of readiness. Dopamine puts us into a mode of motivation. And then there's the mirror side of all this, which are the neurochemicals that broadly defined promote relaxation and parasympathetic activation. And those come under the names that you've probably heard them before, like serotonin, oxytocin, and the hormone prolactin. Serotonin and oxytocin are molecules that make us feel good, make us feel soothed, not in response to things that we're motivated to go get, but in response to what we already have. So this might sound a little woo, but if you sit there and do a gratitude practice, or you hang out with your dog and your kids, or you eat a meal, right? You're nourishing yourself with food that you are not in the process of having to kill first. You're just really in, Thanksgiving, a few moments of appreciation, simple things. The feel good that you experience, the love and kindness meditations, these kinds of things, we know, based on neuroimaging studies and blood draws and things of that sort, promote the release of things like serotonin and oxytocin. That nature has designed beautiful systems of pursuit and pleasure that are designed to oscillate and designed to keep us in pursuit and pleasure cycles. In relationships, typically the dopamine phase is the early phase.
Simultaneously in these cycles?
Oftentimes not simultaneously. Typically dopamine and serotonin are released. There's always some floating around our system at any moment, but typically dopamine and adrenaline are associated with pursuit of things that are outside the confines of our immediate possession in our skin, and serotonin is more about the things that we have, the things, seeing your kid, holding your kid, that promotes the release of oxytocin and serotonin. It feels amazing, right? These are the molecules that led to our evolution as a species. So I'm not diminishing one or the other, but they need to oscillate, right? An early relationship, there are times when people aren't sleeping very much. It's like a mental illness. It's a form of mania. You're so excited, you don't need sleep, right? People are able to do all sorts of things at frequency and intensity that they find themselves 2 years later in a relationship and they love the person. It's very warm and cozy, but unless they're going off on deployments and coming back, they don't have that reset of the system. So, the ability to miss somebody, reset that pursuit and desire system. These are powerful systems, and they don't just pertain to romantic relationships. This is also school. I always did summer school because I had to do a lot of catching up to do based on a lot of catching up. But, there's some value in taking a week off and realizing you are truly resetting all the systems for pursuit. And I hear from a lot of hard driving folks who are like, wow, once I understood dopamine, I realized why I'm so burnt out. People think of adrenal burnout. Guess what? There's no actual medical term, adrenal burnout. There's adrenal insufficiency syndrome. That's a rare syndrome, but you have enough adrenaline packed away in your brain and body for 3 lifetimes. Think about what people used to go through. You can make it through finals, kids. So what happens though is we're in such modes of pursuit and overthinking. We need to learn how to switch back and forth on a regular basis, what I call deliberate decompression or non-sleep deep rest. Have a practice each day of 10 to 30 minutes where you're not on your phone and you're in kind of a wordless state. You're just either yoga nidra or you're just relaxing or not watching anything, not taking in any sensory information, not meditating, not journaling, just in a state of just trying to blank your mind and just watch how much stronger you come back in terms of your ability to focus and your motivation. That's one. I love the phone, and social media has been very good to me, and I appreciate many of its features. But one of the problems is we tend to fill our idle time with more sensory information. I don't think we need to be off our phones all the time. We just take some time to just deliberately decompress each day, any time of day, and you'll focus better.